Where? Right here?
Alright, that's all I needed.
That's pretty cool. What you say?
I said it.
Well, he's got a significant other coming next year.
Which one? Where do you have a preference? I do not. I figured I'd sit here and switch maybe.
Love it.
Or...
They're just black enough where most people won't notice them, and they're way more comfortable than normal shoes.
Glad Mac combs his beard.
You guys are all thumbs upping. I'm just like. Eric has a tie on.
No report after. That's not a good way to do it.
The finish, the concluding.
Yeah, we updated it.
Yeah, okay.
So we went. We moved location indoors this evening to weather, right?
We started at 6. So are you going to say that?
Yeah. So I'm going to say thank you for joining us for the live stream. 9th, 10th, 11th graders go over to Well for dinner. Seniors and parents, please join us for a pre-dinner reception in Weld. We moved the location indoors this evening due to weather. Dinner for graduating starts at 6 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, right now.
Nice to meet you, Tom. Nice to meet you. Welcome back.
Love the shoes.
Yeah. I can't handle that.
Not those.
I know. No one ever likes sitting next to me. Oh, right up front, actually.
You're right. He walked into well and I was like, that's
Doesn't feel well smarter than I I'm going to reach out something. It reads well. It wasn't yeah, I read through it a couple times.
That's awesome.
I met one of his brothers yesterday. I didn't see it.
Are we ready to go?
Is it on?
I don't know. We're gonna. Yeah, we're good. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the official beginning of our 146th commencement exercises prize day. Yeah, we can clap for that. Prize Day celebrates the three core values of Holderness: community, character, and curiosity. In this ceremony, it will be very evident how these three values are interwoven in all the tributes which are read. We will also see how at Holderness, leadership, learning, and serving are all deeply rooted in the culture. In the next hour, we will hear public commendations of the achievements of a number of Holderness students. And it is an honor for some of you to receive accolades. For those of you who are not officially recognized today, please know there simply isn't enough time to honor all who deserve recognition for achievements great and small. And Holderness culture only happens because everyone, not just those recognized today, embraces the core values and mission of our school. So thanks to all our students for making Holderness the special place for all of us to live, learn, and grow. With each prize, we'll hear a tribute and read by the awarding teacher. These citations are meant to honor the distinctive characteristics that are evident in each of our recipients. First, we will share the academic awards, and then we will honor members of our senior class with community leadership awards. Our academic dean, Jordan Graham, will lead us through the academic awards.
Thank you, Mr. McVeigh. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful, beautiful day. To the parents, families, and friends joining us, thank you for being here and the support you've given these students along the way. Your presence here makes it all the more meaningful. And to the faculty and staff, thank you for your tireless work and care throughout the year. Most of all, to our students, thank you. This afternoon is all about you. My first opportunity to present awards, such as what you'll hear today in front of a large crowd, came when I was an assistant football coach in graduate school. I had written what I thought was a heartfelt, eloquent tribute to one of our players at the end of season awards banquet. When I brought it to the head coach for feedback, hoping that he would revel in all that I had constructed, he read it and told me to cut it down so I wouldn't ruin his goal to create what he called the fastest award ceremony in America. At the time, I was annoyed, and I was annoyed until recently. I believed I was honoring a student athlete I truly admired. But over time, and on moments such as this, I've come to understand what he was getting at. He didn't want less meaning. He just didn't want the words to get in the way of the celebration itself. And that's what we're doing today, celebrating. These awards are about recognizing the effort, growth, and success of our students and the work our adult community puts in to guide them. As we move from award to award, you'll hear teachers speak about what these students have done and how they've done it. Each story stands on its own, but together they reflect what makes this school such a strong and thoughtful place to learn. Today we'll hear the voices of teachers honoring their students. In these individual tributes, we'll catch glimpses of the larger story of our school, a community always moving forward, whether into a new season, a new project, a new school year, or for our seniors into the wider world as Holderness alumni. So if today's ceremony does end up being one of the shortest on record, it won't be because we rushed it or because the weather forced us to. It will be because we stayed focused by leaving room for what matters most, honoring the growth, achievement, and spirit of our students. With that, let's begin the celebration with our first award recipient. It is a pleasure to call Dr. John Donovan to the podium to offer the Elementary Math Prize.
The Elementary Math Prize is awarded to an underclass student who shows great potential for future accomplishment in mathematics. Each year, the mathematics department honors a student whose work suggests excellent potential to thrive in the highest levels of math at Holderness and beyond. This year, we recognize a young woman whose work in both geometry and algebra 2 has been exemplary. She is extremely hardworking and seeks to understand the whys beyond the hows. In class, she helps others to understand at a high level, and she contributes to class discussions to raise the understanding of the whole group. For those of you who have taken my class before and know about cryptos, this student is really good at cryptos, probably the best ever. It is with great pleasure that we present the 2025 Elementary Math Prize to the self-proclaimed Queen of Cryptos, Charlotte Hoffman.
I now invite the Math Department Chair, Elizabeth Wolf, to the podium to present the Advanced Math Prize.
The Math Department offers the Advanced Math Prize to recognize a student for exceptional achievement and passion for mathematics. I can't think of a better recipient for this award than Leon Huang. Leon has challenged himself in our most advanced math classes while also learning other mathematical disciplines on his own. Many of the subjects he studied are college-level topics. On campus, he is sought out by his peers for help and support on tough topics and ideas, and he is patient and clear in his explanations. Leon has also been a regular fixture at math team meetings. The future is bright for this budding mathematician, and I can't wait to see how far he goes. Congratulations, Leon.
I now invite Science Department Chair Randy Hausman to the podium to present the Rensselaer Medal.
The Rensselaer Medal is awarded to the junior who excels in demanding math and science classes and demonstrates potential for success in a challenging academic setting. Joining a new school always comes with challenges, but doing so midway through the first semester while taking on 3 honors courses and an AP class takes exceptional determination. Kate Carboni met the challenge head on and never looked back. Despite the late start, Kate quickly caught up in honors physics, honors chemistry, and honors pre-calculus. She even taught herself complex topics such as chemical bonding and nomenclature in time to successfully take a demanding mid-year exam. Congratulations, Kate.
I now invite Mike Kerrigan. Yeah. Well done. I now invite Mike Kerrigan to present the Anderson Memorial Scholarship.
The Harry G. Anderson Scholarship is given to the junior who demonstrates outstanding initiative, curiosity, and competence in the fields of astronomy, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and related fields. One of the challenges of teaching is that we often accomplish our goals through indirect means. In my physics classes, I teach Newton's laws, mechanical energy, simple harmonic motion, not just as concepts to memorize, but to give my students a new perspective on and deeper appreciation for the world around them. While my excellent students master the material presented, I sometimes wonder if I truly achieve these broader aims. And then, every so often, I have the privilege of teaching a student who really picks up what I'm trying to put down. This year's Anderson Scholarship recipient is precisely that person. Luke Duffield's outstanding academic performance certainly stands out, but what impresses most is his relentless curiosity about what the material means. Yes, Luke wants to succeed on tests, and he does, but what drives him forward is discovering what physics reveals about the world we inhabit. Congratulations, Luke.
I will now invite Dr. Rachel Jastrzebski to present the Science Prize.
The Science Prize is awarded to the senior who best exemplifies a creative and probing mind in the pursuit of science. I had the pleasure of teaching Callie Way in not one, but 2 classes this year. Not many students will stay back to chat with a teacher about the next unit once class is dismissed. Rather than pack up her bag and rush to lunch, Callie often lingered behind, eager to learn about what we were diving into next. Midway through the year, I handed her a book, noting that only the first chapter related to her capstone project, and admitted that I had not yet finished it myself. Week after week, Callie came back with thoughtful reflections on each chapter she'd read, fully engaging with the ideas whether or not they applied to her project. Callie is the type of student that will take every opportunity to soak up experiences in the sciences. That has meant taking some of our hardest science offerings, as well as taking chances on electives that sound interesting. Sometimes when we give out these books as prizes, I wonder if they end up on a shelf somewhere. For Callie, I know that she will devour the shark's paintbrush and will hopefully stay in touch so that she can give me her take. I'm sure that for her, it will bring up more questions than answers and fuel her drive to keep looking at problems with the same creativity and curiosity she brought to class every day. Congratulations, Callie.
I'm going to call Mike Kerrigan back up to the podium, excuse me, to present the Spargo Award for Science.
The Spargo Award goes to the senior who has demonstrated all-around excellence and academic achievement in the pursuit of a rigorous science education. It is my great pleasure to present this award to one of the finest students I've ever taught. While I've worked with many exceptional students, this year's Spargo Award winner truly stands apart. Leon Huang possesses remarkable intellectual gifts. Yes, when it comes to gray matter, this young man can go toe-to-toe with anyone. But it's his other qualities that truly distinguish him: his meticulous attention to detail, his intense curiosity, his genuine humility, and his unwavering kindness. Since arriving on campus, Leon has set the standard of excellence in his science classes. And while he hardly needs this award to validate his outstanding work, I am nevertheless thrilled to present it to him today. Congratulations, Leon.
And now invite music director Dave Cosby to present the David Lockwood Music Award.
This year's recipient not only plays countless instruments with mastery, but often brought the entire community to their feet with his original hip-hop based productions. An academic scholar, a musician of unbounded talent. This year's awards goes to the, and I mean this, incomparable Leon Huang. Congratulations, Leon.
I don't know. Nice work, Leon. Okay. Arts faculty member Renee Albee will now present the William Bradford Whiting Prize and the Ceramics Prize.
The Whiting Prize for Excellence in the Fine Arts goes to a young artist who is an inspiration to many. The Whiting Prize for Excellence in the Fine Arts is awarded to an artist who demonstrates exceptional skill and proficiency in the field of fine arts. Art has the power to shape how we see ourselves and the world around us. It invites reflection, challenges assumptions, and offers moments of connection. The recipient of this year's Whiting Prize exemplifies just that. Their work is not only beautifully executed, but also deeply thoughtful. It does not stay confined to the limits of the media, nor does it follow a set of rules. This artist pushed the boundaries and strived to do better each and every day, all year long. I'm honored to present this year's Whiting Prize Award to Tanis White. The Ceramics Award recognizes not only incredible artistic talent, but also generosity, patience, and leadership. This artist has demonstrated outstanding craftsmanship, a deep understanding of the medium, and a commitment to the collaborative spirit of the studio. Whether offering guidance to someone on a design aspect or encouraging a classmate through a challenging project, this student consistently showed up, not just for their own work, but for others. They pushed their learning by diving into making their own glazes, a tricky process. Their willingness to share knowledge and lead by example made our studio a better place to learn and grow for everyone. I'm honored to present this year's Ceramics Award to Kat Bensley.
It's with great pleasure that I invite Tom Coop to present the Photography Prize.
Yeah. Today we celebrate a remarkable talent behind the lens. Her photography doesn't just capture images, it captures emotion, light, and story. Whether it's stillness of nature, human expression, or microphotography, which she has been focusing on recently, Pasta Petunia as she named herself in our Photo 2 Persona Portrait project, sees the world through the lens of empathy and imagination. Her photos remind us that great photography isn't about pressing a button, it's about seeing what others might miss. Sophie, your eye for detail, composition, and passion for visual storytelling has inspired your peers and raised the bar for artistic excellence in our school. You've been a joy to have in class, and we can't wait to see where your vision takes you next. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 winner of the Photography Prize, Sophie Tonello, AKA. Thank you.
There we go. Our theater director, Monique Devine, will now present the Fiore Cup for Theater. This year, there are 3 recipients of the award.
Okay. Theater is an interdisciplinary art, and these 3 recipients will show that. Theater has many elements, and this award is not only for acting, but for playwriting too. This student is a strong actor, and his roles in the fall plays and musicals for the past 3 years have proved this. He continued to grow and develop his craft, showing an enormous amount of character development, emotional growth, and nuanced comedic timing in his very authentic performances. His ability to understand characters so well stems from his playwriting prowess, and reading his work is akin to sitting on a red velvet couch with intriguing characters by your side, sipping a warm glass of something extraordinary. His dialogue is smart and witty, channeling a film noir air from the 1940s. This gifted writer and actor has earned the Fiore Award. Remember his name, J.J. Werner. Thank you. In 10th grade, after she watched the fall production, she caught the theater bug and subsequently grew as an actor with every production afterwards. It was a pinnacle year for this actor, singer, songwriter, as she wrote a beautiful song that captured the essence of her character and the struggle she was facing in Spirits Unknown. It's on Spotify, by the way. She communicated her character arc through this performance as she went from indifferent to despondent to rebellious and returning to grateful. In Mean Girl, she performed 3 nights, leaving the stage briefly for costume changes. Her voice was beautiful and strong, and she sustained a commitment to her character from start to finish. For her devotion to the full process, this award goes to Addie Feifel. Thank you. Okay. All right. A total creative. This is what this student is. Not only does he fully embrace the process and push himself to do the best he can, but he also embraces the other elements of being in a production. Costuming actors in shows by taking random items of clothing and turning them into a stylized costume is a talent that few possess. Beyond that, having the determination to learn difficult harmonies and songs without the training and background of musical theater is true grit. Doing all this while actively supporting many other aspects of our community takes extraordinary endurance and dedication. This experience in the theater program will provide much inspiration for the creative endeavors that lie ahead for this talented and giving human. It is my honor to give the Fiore Award to Trace Schroeder.
Nicely done. Ooh, that's hard to follow. Chloe Nolan will now present the Elementary French Prize.
The Elementary French Prize is given to a student in French 2 or 3 who has shown great dedication and achievement in the study of French. This year, I am pleased to give this award to a student with remarkable curiosity and determination to learn. In class, while she is eager to volunteer an answer and show what she knows, she is equally apt to ask an insightful question to solidify her knowledge. Tina is an exemplar to her peers, demonstrating the knowledge that hard work can achieve. Félicitations, Tina Zhao.
Luis Jagish will present the Advanced French Prize.
In pondering the qualities of this year's recipient of the Advanced French Award, it's all too fitting to use 3 French terms to describe what in the end has earned her this honor. Tour de force is an expression which speaks of a display of strength, skill, or ingenuity. This was consistently evident in this student's work, beginning with the copious output of AP summer homework that incredibly brought us both to tears. Her work ethic and passion for language is always on display, be it in a class discussion or on a homework assignment. She is an intrinsic learner and a risk taker, a potent combination that has assured her growth in the language. She's likewise at the forefront of creating an esprit du corps amongst the students in AP French, acting as a leader in discussions and using humor to create a welcoming atmosphere. Her observations of other cultures and practices was consistently greeted with curiosity and appreciation. Finally, the recipient possesses a delightful joie de vivre, a love of life that she projects through her uplifting presence, her positive attitude, and her constant mockery of the little banalities of life. It is therefore with great pleasure that I present the Advanced French Award to Molly Wynn.
Associate Head of School, Toby Fenninger, will now present the Elementary Spanish Prize. This year there are 2 recipients.
The most successful language learners know that the details matter. They listen and mimic the inflection of a native speaker, pay attention to the placement of accents, look for the patterns of irregular verb conjugations, and strive to understand the similarities and differences in Spanish with their native languages. They also find a balance in the classroom between demonstrating their understanding of the language and supporting their classmates by giving them time and space to follow their own learning journey. They appreciate the importance of being able to communicate in another language, and they practice that skill whenever possible. Nancy Fung and Henry Yust are intrepid learners who are willing to speak up and strive to take their learning to the next level in every class and assignment. I look forward to watching their continued growth in Spanish. Felicitaciones.
I now invite Kelly Casey to present the Advanced Spanish Prize.
This Advanced Spanish Prize winner considers herself to be the underdog. In our small group of 4, she's the only student who hasn't spent time living abroad in a Spanish-speaking country. She's the only girl in the group and had to discuss many texts in which women were inferior to men and made to follow strict societal expectations for how to behave. And yet, we say it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. She was motivated to fully understand the dense texts and hone her analytical skills and expression through her self-proclaimed pasión for the language and culture. She improved immensely from start to finish and can artfully argue her opinions with the best of them. It was this sassy zest that made the classroom a wonderful place to teach and learn, despite the challenging Spanish texts. It is my great pleasure to award the Advanced Spanish Prize to Brooke Cipoletti.
I now invite Mac Woodbury to present the Connor History Medal.
The Connor History Medal is awarded to a member of the graduating class who not only demonstrates exceptional skill in historical analysis and research, but who also embodies the curiosity, integrity, and perspective that define a true historian. This year's recipient is one of the more accomplished history students that has ever walked through Holderness School. They have taken nearly every history course offered and have excelled in all facets. This individual is so engrossed in the material that well before test day, they actually managed to predict verbatim a free response prompt for the AP Euro history test. It's an accomplishment that is both exceedingly impressive and honestly a little terrifying. But it's that kind of passion that sets them apart. They approach each class period as an opportunity to grow, asking incisive questions that push conversations beyond the surface and always aiming to elevate those around them. It has been a true privilege to teach this individual, and I'm endlessly excited at what their future holds. It is my honor to present Gina Mulcahy with the Connor History Medal.
History Department Chair Caroline Guzman will now present the Ashworth Award for Excellence in European History.
Hi, everyone. The Ashworth Prize for Excellence in European History is awarded to the student who demonstrates outstanding achievement and dedication in the study of European history. This student has demonstrated a consistently strong work ethic from the start of our AHAL 1 course by attending evening extra help sessions, even when that meant driving home through snowstorms after, participating and remaining engaged in every class session, making arrangements prior to missing any class to stay on top of his work, and always doing so with a smile and a positive attitude. His hard work has paid off, becoming the first student in AHAL 1 to earn a perfect score on a DBQ prior to any rewrites. But what I'm most proud of is this student's ability to bring others along with him. He's helped motivate classmates to attend extra help sessions, helped guide and steer others in good study habits, and lifted his classmates up when they needed help and support. And so I'm pleased to bestow this award to Noah Cassells, who's gone above and beyond in advanced history of the West all year long. Congratulations, Noah.
I have the honor of presenting the Ashworth Award for Excellence in U.S. History. Some students grow quietly, others with force, wit, and a healthy dose of sarcasm. This year's Ashworth Award for U.S. History goes to a student who brought all of that and more to her work. Brooke Cipoletti has approached the study of history with curiosity, intensity, and a running internal monologue that, thankfully, she often says out loud. No student I've taught has pushed herself quite like Brooke, diving deep into topics, challenging assumptions, often my own, and doing more than the class ever required. I first met her as a 9th grader during orientation hike years ago, and honestly, I had a feeling we'd be here someday. It's with great pride and deep respect for her voice, mind, and humor that I award Brooke with the Ashworth Award for Excellence in U.S. History. Mac Woodbury is going to come back up to present the Sean Glue History Prize.
The Sean Glue History Prize is presented to a member of the 9th grade class who not only demonstrates excellence in historical scholarship, but also who holds a true passion and appreciation for the past and the lessons it can teach us. This year's recipient is someone whose historical curiosity knows no bounds. Never satisfied with simple answers, they constantly asked questions and sought deeper understanding, always aware that there was more to the story. Their diligence was unmatched, and the energy they brought to discussions was both inspiring and at times exhausting. Their research regularly exceeded expectations, diving into complexities most young historians would shy away from. It's hard not to beam with admiration when reflecting on what they accomplish in a single semester. Even now, they'll approach me and say, with complete sincerity, I miss our FOMS class. That sentiment speaks volumes about their love of learning. To put it plainly, their potential as a student of history is limitless. It is an honor and privilege to present Zach Taylor with this year's Sean Glue History Prize.
It's my pleasure to welcome Reverend Jay Hutchinson to award the Theology and Religious Studies Prize.
The hallmark of well-learned theology is not how many different scholars you can cite or the number of ancient languages you can read, but whether you can live out the promises of Scripture in daily life. The winner of the Theology Prize has been an exemplar of faith on campus. He has demonstrated understanding of theological concepts in the classroom, and he has also embodied them on campus by contributing to the spiritual life at Holderness, at Fire and Fellowship, and in the chapel program. Recently, following the loss of his beloved Mr. Mike, Drake expounded on a passage in Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians to show how it can bring comfort to those who are mourning the death of a loved one. For his ability to see life's mystery through a lens of faith, Drake Dearborn is the winner of the Theology Prize.
I will now invite Dr. Joe Gaudette to present both the Joseph M. Masick English Prize and the Writing Prize.
The Joseph M. Masick English Prize goes to that student who has demonstrated a keen interest and aptitude in the realm of English scholarship. Named for Joe Masick of the Holderness class of 1946, Joe believed that a mastery and love of language was both a foundation for a life well lived and a source of lifelong pleasure. One of my favorite quotes comes from the great C.S. Lewis, who described his own literary taste by saying, "You can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me." And while I can't comment one way or another on this Massick winner's tea preferences, I've yet to meet a student who so fearlessly takes on the great tomes of literature. Like Lewis and the authors of so many of these works, she has a mind that tends toward the maximal, one that readily breaks beyond disciplinary boundaries, effortlessly referencing concepts and quotes from history and philosophy to get at the heart of the big existential questions that form the core of all great literature classes. It has been a joy to watch her use these skills to interpret the works of Dostoevsky and Hurston and Shakespeare this year, and it is my great honor to present this year's Joseph M. Massick English Prize to Gina Mulcahy. The Writing Prize goes to that student who has demonstrated themselves to be particularly adept at and committed to the process of becoming an elite writer. This year's Writing Prize recipient carries herself with the cool dispassion of a young Joan Didion. And like Didion, she possesses a lucid, steadily unfurling prose style that manages to simultaneously intrigue and inform. She is, in a sense, defined by her relationship with language. Writing for Miss Lynn last year, she remarked, quote, "Getting the words out of my head calms the alphabetical storm that never seems to cease. Putting them onto paper allows me to manipulate them the way I like to create something that represents me or allows me to escape," end quote. Most impressively, she is devoted to not just the analytical and personal prose of the classroom, but to her own creative aspirations as a novelist as well, one who managed to complete most of the revisions of her manuscript this year as part of her capstone project. As a result of her rare combination of devotion and originality, I would not be surprised at all if in a few years it is her novels that we're reading and discussing in our classes. It is my great honor to present this year's Writing Prize to Esme Roberts.
English Department faculty Janice Dahl will present the Robert Creeley Poetry Prize.
When many students hear the word poetry, they run for cover. Rio Gladchen, however, moves toward poetry with curiosity and confidence, uncovering its truth and its beauty. Her own poems, playful and thoughtful, have the authentic voice of a writer who strives to make meaning of her experiences without taking herself too seriously. But perhaps her biggest contribution to the life of language at the school is her participation in Poetry Out Loud. A force on the stage ever since she was in 9th grade, she has elevated our Poetry Out Loud program with her commitment to the process. Over the years, her subtle and compelling delivery has deftly lured Holderness students into the world of good poems. Thank you, Rio, for this contribution, and congratulations.
Director of College Counseling, Kelsey Berry, is unable to be here, but I'm going to read her remarks for this year's 2025 University of Vermont Citizen Scholar Book Award. The Citizen Scholar Book Award celebrates high school students around the globe who demonstrate the spirit of citizenship and scholarship. They may have campaigned for a cause, founded a community action group, or conducted research aiding social progress. They are movers, shakers, and change makers. This year's recipient of the UVM Book Award is Songdi. She excelled in the most rigorous courses available to her in a second language, contributed to 3 varsity teams, and volunteered her time for the French 1 class. She impresses through her quiet and important community building. She leans into every opportunity with grace and resilience. Congratulations, Songdi. Kristen Fisher, our Dean of Faculty, and Chloe Nolan will now present our Cum Laude Award recipients.
The Cum Laude Society was begun in 1906 by Dr. Abram Harris of the Tome School. He envisioned a society modeled after Phi Beta Kappa that would recognize exceptional scholarship. The motto of the society is Arete, Dike, Time, which stands for truth, honor, and justice. The motto is especially meaningful because in all of our intellectual strivings, we are searching for the truth. In always working towards highest academic standards, the students we're about to recognize today have brought honor to the learning community and to the very principles of developed thought. And it is through this work in truth and honor that they will bring justice to the world. I'd now like to recognize last year's inductees from the class of 2025. Students, please come forward as your name is called, and we'll hold applause until the group is assembled. Gary Chen, Leon Wong, Annie Page, Ryan Tung, Grady Taylor, Callie Wieg, Samantha Zhang, Ian Zimmerman. They will now be joined by this year's members of the class of 2025. Please come forward, students, as your name is called, and again, we'll hold applause until the group is assembled. Om Kosachutama. Yeah. Will Liu. Gina Mulcahy. Tanner Vitalis. Trace Schroeder. Tanner Snyder. Will Wheelock. Jade Wiggins. And finally, please welcome the members of the class of 2026. Please, students, come up when your name is called. Sandi Asum Onian. Alexa Bowden. Brooke Cipoletti. Luke Duffield. Lillian Holland. Adele McClay. Maeve Radigan. And Irong Wang.
Sorry.
Congratulations to our newest members of the Cum Laude Society.
I now invite our Math Department Chair Elizabeth Wolf back to the podium to present the Kendall Book Prize Award. This award is given to a student in the 11th grade based on their intellectual engagement, creativity, and commitment to community.
This award description perfectly describes this bright, shining student. She challenges and engages herself in our hardest classes, including as the only girl in a BC calculus class full of boisterous boys. They look to her for advice and help every day. She has been a fixture on our stage, singing often in assemblies and other school events. She's been an active member of our service council, planning events, traveling to Poland, and helping out here on campus. And finally, she started cooking dorm food regularly for Hoyt, something she's done voluntarily and with a smile. I'm so proud of and grateful for all that she contributes to our campus, and it is my distinct privilege to give this year's Kendall Book Prize to Irong Wang.
Joe Arsenault will now present the Harvard Book Prize. This prize is given to a student who displays excellence in scholarship and high character.
This student has excelled in every class that she has ever taken. Her teachers have applauded her for her incredible hard work, her willingness to challenge herself by leaving her comfort zone, and her ability to overcome these challenges. One notable teacher's comment was that she can crush whatever she takes on. What distinguishes Maeve beyond her academic feats is her moral character. Her kindness, helpfulness, and humility make it so that smart is only one of the multitude of adjectives that her friends, classmates, and teachers use to describe her. We are blessed to have her as part of the Holderness community. It is with great honor that I present this award to Holderness's President-elect, Maeve Radigan.
Before we recognize members of the class of 2025, we have one community award for underperformers. I will now invite MJ LaFoley's mother, Beverly LaFoley, Leanne Nevins, and Ben Drummond to the podium to present the MJ LaFoley Award.
The MJ LaFoley Award is given in memory of Martin John LaFoley, a former student, to a student in the 3rd or 4th form who, in the opinion of the head of school and faculty, exemplifies outstanding character and integrity, and who puts forth exceptional effort in spirit in all aspects of Holderness life.
Born a Holderness beau, Brooklyn Barnhorse has paved her own path, exemplifying her commitment to community through outstanding character and integrity. Kind, caring, and compassionate are all words that come to mind when I think of Brooklyn. Her attention to detail and work ethic are admirable, to say the least. The community is lucky to have someone like her putting forth her best effort in everything she does. Brooklyn is someone who, no matter how her day is going, will greet you on the path with the biggest and most genuine smile. Please keep pushing the Holderness way forward. It is truly a pleasure to present Brooklyn Barnhorse with the M.J. LaFoley Award. Congratulations.
I happily turn this over to Mr. McVeigh, who will introduce the community awards for the seniors.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. I will now invite colleagues to present the community awards to seniors. While the entire class of 2025 has participated in making our community stronger, these awards recognize exceptional achievement by several members of the class. I will now invite Jenna Simon to present the first and second Ford B. Hinman Coaches Award. The Coaches Award will be awarded to 3 students this year.
The Ford B. Hinman Coaches Award is awarded to the student or students who, in the opinion of the Director of Athletics and Head of School, has contributed to the most of the spirit on and off the field. This student athlete was arguably our most talented offensive weapon in the school this year. Starring for 2 knapsack powerhouse programs, his high school accomplishments include 2022-23 winner of the Holt Conference Player of the Year in ice hockey, 2024-25 all knapsack and all Lakes Region honors in both ice hockey and lacrosse, top goal scorer for the lacrosse team and the second leading scorer for the hockey team this year, and a 2-sport team captain. He has the innate ability to lead in a quiet and determined demeanor, balanced with a ferocious competitive level on the field and ice. He also might be the first Holderness athlete to ever perform the national anthem in the same game that he would later star in. Congratulations to this year's Coaches Award winner, Eli Chalicki. During her 4 years at Holderness, this athlete has played goalie on 3 varsity teams: field hockey, ice hockey, and lacrosse. Mia's work ethic, determination, and tenacity have led to several accomplishments throughout her high school career. Most recently, she was awarded the Small School All-Knapsack, Team MVP, and Captain for the girls' varsity hockey team. Whether she's on the field or on the ice, she's focused on giving her best effort. She consistently asked for feedback and looked to implement it immediately. I know she's ready to take the net at Nazareth University. It's with great pleasure that I present this Coaches Award to Mia Gonzalez.
I will now invite Travis Nevins to present the third and final Ford B. Hinman Coaches Award.
Gina has been a captain and national champion and an outstanding individual on every team she has graced here at Holderness. On the bike team, she is a courageous and powerful rider who has ridden features and jumps that no other female rider ever has here. So really, she is more like a trendsetter. She wrapped her ski career up this year by winning an individual national championship. She will not want any of this talked about, as she is far too humble for the public's attention. You do have to come up one more time, though. However, the reason I feel she is strongly deserving of this award is because of her ability to lead with kindness and compassion, all while remaining such a fierce competitor. Congratulations, and thank you, Gina, for all your hard work.
Elizabeth McClellan will now present the Faculty Award.
We've ended many a Holderness chapel service with a benediction that begins, "Life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who make the journey with us. So be swift to love, and make haste to be kind." It's rare in this world to encounter a person who embodies these words fiercely and ceaselessly, and yet Belen does just that, and has brought an undeniable brightness to this campus. With an effervescence of spirit, she has gladdened our hearts tirelessly and joyfully. Belen makes us all feel a little bit more comfortable being ourselves and inspires us to move through the world humbly, gratefully, and with radiant kindness towards others. She makes it look easy, and we'll all have to work a little bit harder to be swift to love and make haste to be kind in her absence. On behalf of the full faculty, it is an honor to present the Special Faculty Award to Belen Bernal-Doggart.
I will now invite the son of Bob Brooks and Tyler Cabot to present the first Bob Brooks Award. This year, there are 2 awards.
I thought he's here. The Bob Brooks Award is named for Bob Brooks, aka Brooksy, who worked at Holderness School from 1980 to 1997 and served as the equipment manager from 1985 to 1997. This award is chosen by the 9th grade class for the senior who played the biggest role in making Holderness School a home. This year's recipient has done just that, always leading with a calm strength, unshakable positivity, and an open heart. As a dorm leader, she has been a steady, caring presence while adding laughter and joy. As a captain of both the hockey and softball teams, her tenacity, competitive spirit, and true sportsmanship showed young athletes what it means to be a bull. She even found her way onto the stage, participating in 2 musicals, showing off her dancing skills, and demonstrating the power of stepping out of your comfort zone. She is a teammate, a leader, and a role model. Simply put, she has made this place better. This year's Bob Brooks Award goes to Ashley Bergeron.
I will now invite Pat Livingstone to present the second Bob Brooks Award.
It's hard to be a 9th grader, living away from home for the first time, meeting new teachers, searching for friendships, finding practice fields, figuring out laundry machines. That's a lot of vulnerability, and one might easily feel unseen and unheard. It's hard to be a senior, too. There are college searches, impossible homework assignments, friendships, extracurriculars, stamina, wellness, TikTok, and more. That's a lot of responsibility, and one might easily lose sight of what's important. But not Emma LaValle. Energetic, approachable, inviting, funny, and kind, it is no surprise to anyone at Holderness, where community matters, that she is a most deserving recipient of the Bob Brooks Award. Emma leads with love, and this recognition affirms that we, all of us, love you right back. Congratulations, Emma, and thank you.
I will now ask Bianca Moreau and Dwayne Ford to present the Webster Cup Awards. This year, there are 2 recipients.
The Webster Cup Award is a gift of a former rector, the Rev. Lauren Webster, to be awarded for excellence in athletics. This bull shines on the ice and on the field. On the ice, Ashley, who's going to have to come up here again, has earned 55 points in her 3 years at Holderness, helping her to reach 100 points in her high school career. This year, in her role as captain, she has led her team to achieve one of its best seasons yet for the girls' ice hockey program. Ashley is also an invaluable asset to the Holderness softball program. She has hit over 500 and continued to contribute to her team's success in her final season. Ashley's ability to excel at multiple positions on the field is a testament to her versatility and athleticism. Coach Sisson said it best: her work ethic, fierce determination, and unwavering commitment to both of these sports is truly inspiring to witness as a coach. Ashley, thank you for everything you have done for both of these programs. We can't wait to see your continued success as a 2-sport athlete at Johnson & Wales University. Congratulations.
Zach Webb is the winner of the second Webster Cup. Zach is a 2-sport senior captain, earning all conference in both football and lacrosse. He plays the critical positions in the center of all the action: goalie in lacrosse, running back and linebacker in football. Zach loves to compete, and he loves his teams, and he loves his school. Holderness is an all-in affair for Zach and his family. Zach leads in all aspects of the school, in the dorm, in the classroom, on the field. Thank you, Zach, for your being a relentless competitor, making your teammates aspire to want and compete more. We are excited to see what your future holds at Boston University. You are a worthy winner of the Webster Cup for excellence in athletics. Congratulations.
I will now invite Eric Thatcher to present the Ned Gillette Spirit Award.
The Ned Gillette Spirit Award is awarded annually to the graduating senior whose career at Holderness best reflects Ned Gillette's genuine leadership, competitive attitude, and spirit of adventure. The head of school, in consultation with members of the faculty, selects the recipient. Adventure is a hallmark of the Holderness spirit. We ask it and foster it in all of our students, from O-Hike to Mountain Day to Outback. But for some, those moments don't satiate a deeper thirst for adventure. The truly adventurous, like Ned Gillette himself, find ways to extend the adventure or take a nominal adventure and turn it into an exceptional one. Johnny Schaeffler has that deeper thirst for adventure. You can see it when he dives into a bike project to begin his adventure before hitting the trailhead, or when he takes a normally adventurous ski tour into Tuckerman's Ravine and turns it up a notch by doing it as a dawn patrol so his partners can get down in time for a ski race. Congratulations, Johnny.
I would have been inviting Bruce Barton to present the Richard C. Gallup Award, but unfortunately he's unable to be here. So I'll present the Gallup Award in his place and in his words. The Richard C. Gallup Award for Creative and Community Leadership is awarded to a senior student chosen by the head of school and the faculty. This award is given in memory of Richard Gallup, a parent and trustee, to a senior who demonstrates both creative and community leadership as one willing and able to assert those qualities which further the unique sense of community at Holderness. University of Pennsylvania professor Angela Duckworth wrote in her seminal book, Grit, "Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare." The quote highlights the difference between initial excitement and sustained commitment when pursuing a goal or project. Enthusiasm is the initial spark of excitement and passion that motivates someone to begin a new endeavor. Endurance, on the other hand, is the ability to persevere through difficulties and maintain commitment over the long haul. It's about staying focused on the goal even when faced with setbacks or challenges, and it's what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who give up. How wonderful for Holderness that this year's Richard C. Gallup Award winner has both enthusiasm and endurance. As a dorm leader, she led with quiet confidence and abundant compassion. Always accessible, inclusive, and caring, this young woman handled challenge and adversity calmly and expertly. As a frequent performer on our stage, or even before a game, she lifted her voice in song, and as a result, we were all raised up. It is a distinct honor to award this year's Richard C. Gallup Award to an outstanding member of the class of 2025 and a Holderness legacy, Adeline "Addie" Feifel. I will now invite our Assistant Director of College Counseling and ice hockey coach, Morgan Sisson, to present the Dana H. Rowe Memorial Award.
The Dana H. Rowe Memorial Award is given to that girl in the senior class who has made an outstanding contribution to the life of the school through her academic achievement, her participation in sports and extracurricular activities, and her love of life. This year's recipient has deeply impacted our community. Possessed of a desire to excel at the task at hand, this individual chips away at every challenge with a growth mindset and a can-do attitude. Whether tackling a complex problem in AP Calculus, enduring a long cross-country run, or mastering a poem to present in front of the entire school for Poetry Out Loud, she approaches every opportunity with infectious enthusiasm and unwavering determination. Her leadership style was authentic, creating a balanced ecosystem of creativity and inclusivity. She's also not afraid to have some fun, leaning into the musical, and is quick to share a smile. It is with immense pleasure and great pride that I present this year's Dana H. Rowe Memorial Award to Rio Gladchen.
I will now invite our athletic director, Jenna Simon, to present the Haslam Award.
The Haslam Award is given by the school yearly in memory of Reverend George Haslam for excellence in athletics, sportsmanship, and scholarship. This individual's leadership across Weld Hall, the fields, trails, and in the classroom has set an exemplary standard. His unwavering commitment to excellence is evident in every endeavor he undertakes. Whether it's academics, athletics, or personal growth, he consistently strives for the best and inspires others to do the same. As an athlete, his dedication, hard work, and determination have been key factors in leading his teams to multiple championships and elevating the lacrosse program to a new level during his time at Holderness. He's challenged himself with a rigorous course load and exhibits a passion for learning. His contributions have made a lasting impact, and this award is a testament to the positive influence he has had on his peers and the school community. With pride, I present this year's Haslam Award to Grady Taylor.
I will now invite English faculty member Peter Durnan to present the Dallas Award.
The Dallas Award is given in memory of John Thompson Dallas, a former Bishop of New Hampshire, to the senior who clearly exemplified loyalty and dedication to the Judeo-Christian ideals of the school. I'm not sure that this year's winner of the Dallas Award, Tanner Snyder, gives much thought to his dedication to the Judeo-Christian ideals of the school. I do know that anyone in the community, when asked about Tanner, would describe him as large-hearted, principled, kind, and philosophical. Jesus, I have to think, would approve. Tanner's time at Holderness has very much been a spiritual journey, a bohemian journey filled with the picador, cork sevens, weld rotations, cleanly plucked harmonics on his Strat, crime, and, yes, punishment. Tanner is a soulful young man whose presence at Holderness has made us a more thoughtful and compassionate community. Please join me in commending this year's Dallas Award winner, Tanner Snyder.
I will now invite English Faculty Chair Marilee Lynn to present the Clarkson Award.
The Clarkson Award honors the junior or senior student who, in the opinion of the faculty, has maximized their abilities to the fullest within the life of the school and has demonstrated perseverance. When I think about the winner of this award, I think of that hypothetical scenario of imagining who you'd want with you if stranded on a desert island. This young woman is the obvious choice. Clever and resourceful? Check. Optimistic and motivated? Definitely. Physically strong and dexterous? Yep. You'd also want this person to be a doer, not a drag, a problem solver, not a drama queen. She would know how to buoy your spirits, quell your worries, and gracefully cope with any predicament. She wouldn't buckle, and even better, she'd find a way to make you laugh. To stretch the analogy to its limits, She'd be the one you could rely on to catch the fish for dinner, start a fire, build a shelter, all the while scanning the horizon for the rescue boat. Not just to save herself, but so she could settle you into the first available spot. I am so pleased to present the Clarkson Award to someone who enjoys when she can and endures when she must, the wonderful Charlotte Hastings. Congratulations, Charlotte.
I will now invite science faculty Pat Casey to present the Marshall Award.
The Marshall Award is given in memory of Reverend Robert Elliott Marshall, a former rector of the school, for outstanding contribution to the life of the school. The Marshall Award winner has spent the last 4 years generously sharing her empathy, patience, and kindness with our community. She has led clothing drives for the needy. She thrived on Outback twice and earned athletic and academic awards. She gets great grades, surrounds herself with excellent friends, and thrives with the challenge of our busy schedule. She is happiest when she is helping people. She has no ego or ulterior motive, just a beautiful desire to make things better. I want to thank Nat for bringing our school together, for sharing her smile generously, for being a friend to all, and for working hard to make our community better. Congratulations, Nat Lowe.
I will now invite Assistant Head of School Toby Fenninger to present the Don and Pat Henderson Award.
The Don and Pat Henderson Award is given to the senior who, in the opinion of the faculty and the head of school, has given of themselves most freely and generously to the welfare of the community and has exhibited leadership. Reed Donovan was almost 9 years old when she moved to the Holderness campus with her family. She spent years watching her siblings and spectating every school activity, just waiting for her turn to be a Holderness student. Reed loves those big community moments, and during her time here, she's worked to create opportunities for the school to come together and support others. During the past 2 years, she worked tirelessly to organize a Relay for Life on campus, which included fundraising events like making and selling donuts, asking students to learn about different types of cancers, giving chapel talks, and planning an all-day walkathon to remind us of the power of what this community can do when we work together, like supporting cancer research. Reed, thank you for your love and support of Holderness. You're leaving us in a better place, and we look forward to seeing what you accomplish in your next school community. Congratulations.
I will now present the Walter Alvin Frost Award. Our final award is one of the oldest awarded at the school. The Walter Alvin Frost Award is given in memory of a former student to the graduating senior who, in the judgment of the head of school and faculty, reached the highest standards of the school. In every school, there are students who leave a lasting mark, but few who do so as profoundly as our 2025 Frost Award recipient, Trace Schroeder. His growth and impact over the 3 years at Holderness have been staggering. With relentless kindness and quiet courage, he has impacted every corner of our campus and community. Equally happy to shine under the bright lights or do the unseen work behind the scenes, his creativity, infectious joy, and spirit, grounded in service, inspire all of us. He always steps up when needed, not for recognition, but because it's right. He embodies those two fundamental Holderness questions. Will you join us? And how can I help? A true friend and role model, his legacy will be one of compassion, grace, and unwavering dedication to being the kind of person the world needs most. Congratulations, Trey Schroeder. I would now like to invite Captain Joshua Cresawati, an assistant professor of military science at Dartmouth College, to the podium. Army ROTC Scholarship Award.
Good afternoon. Being here with you this evening is my distinct pleasure and honor. I'm here on behalf of the United States Army to present a National Army ROTC Scholarship. An ROTC scholarship provides full college tuition and educational fees. The scholarship also provides allowances and stipends to cover textbooks, school supplies, and required equipment. An Army ROTC scholarship goes a long way for meeting financial expenses. Additionally, at the end of 4 years, the individual has more than a college diploma. They have developed the confidence, self-discipline, and leadership skills that come with earning a commission as an Army officer. ROTC is demanding and challenging, and it complements traditional college courses. The standards for this program are high, and they must be, as individuals who complete this training will lead American soldiers. A little bit about this evening's recipient. Along with excelling academically, she's attained the rank of Eagle Scout, one of 10 females in the state of New Hampshire. She is also a nationally ranked free skier and has been captain of several athletic teams throughout her years here. This year, Holderness School 2025 National U.S. Army ROTC Scholarship recipient, who will be attending Georgetown University this fall, is Gina Mulcahy.
Thank you, Captain Cresawati, and congratulations, Gina. The R. Philip Peck Service Award. It is my honor today to announce the recipients of the R. Philip Peck Service Award. This award is given annually to one or more employees that have gone above and beyond in service of Holderness over the past year. Chosen by the head of school and the Holderness administration, the R. Philip Peck Endowed Service Award was funded by the family of Carolyn Cullen, class of '87, parent of class of '17, and Craig Cullen, and is named in honor of the head of school, Phil Peck, who believed in and constantly demonstrated service before self. This year, we have two very deserving recipients for the award. I will now invite Phil Peck and Toby Fenninger to the podium to co-present the first Peck Award.
I'm honored and privileged to award one of the R. Philip Peck Service Awards to a colleague who has served this community in countless ways for the past 15 years. Holderness scored a win when Marilee Lynn and her family arrived on campus in 2010. She has served her students, our families, and colleagues in innumerable ways during her time here. In the dorm, she provided hundreds of students with support and guidance and served them nachos, banana bread, and more. As the international coordinator, she guided our families from around the world and helped students from afar make Holderness their home. And she made and served them dumplings and other treats to make them feel at home. As the English department chair, she served as a mentor to new colleagues and helped her students develop a love of literature. For the entire community, she served as the coordinator of our all-school summer read contest and poetry out loud competition. And for her colleagues, Marilee served as a friend, cheerleader, mentor, confidant, and surrogate grandmother. On behalf of the entire school, we would like to thank you, Marilee, for your care, commitment, and love of this community. Please help me congratulate Marilee Lynn on receiving the 2025 Philip Peck Award.
I will now present the second Peck Award. We also honor Mark Bourbeau with the Phil Peck Service Award for going above and beyond in his work at Holderness. Mark is a master painter, gifted guitarist, and valued buildings and ground team member. He brings a wealth of expertise to his work here. Before joining Holderness, he contributed to major projects, including the New Hampshire State House, Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, Liberty Mutual, and the New Hampshire Historical Society, attesting to his high level of skill, professionalism, and pride in his craft. But what makes Mark truly special is how he embodies the spirit of Holderness. You only need to watch Mark on the Hagerman stage after hours, jamming to Dire Straits with students, to be reminded that Holderness is so much more than a place to work or study. It's a community. Whether making music with our students or lending his talents to improve our campus, Mark brings joy, generosity, and authenticity to everything he does. He inspires us all to share our talents, uplift each other, and embrace our true selves. We are grateful for his dedication, spirit, and steadfast presence. Mark, thank you for all you bring to Holderness. And as he walks back, I'd like to close by saying that Phil Peck epitomizes the servant leader. And this community benefited from 38 years of his service to Holderness School. Personally, his mentorship, friendship, and example has made this a much, much easier job. Will you please all join me in a round of applause to thank him for everything that he's done. Congratulations, award winners. Thank you all for joining us in person and on live stream for Prize Day. We have a couple announcements before we go. 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, please go over to Weld for dinner. Seniors and parents, please join us for a pre-dinner reception in Weld. We've moved the location indoors this evening due to the weather. The dinner itself for the graduating seniors and families will start at 6 p.m. I want to apologize for not being with you at dinner tonight. As some of you know, I also have a son who's a senior in high school, and while the two things almost work perfectly together, this is the one overlapping moments between the two schools. So I'll be heading down to celebrate him in one of his final times on his campus. I'm sure it will be a wonderful dinner in Weld, and I look forward to being here with everybody tomorrow as we celebrate the class of 2025. Congratulations again to our award winners, and have a wonderful night.
I'll tell you, Jay as well. I put one of these in